from Interior Alaska's news leader, this is News Center Final with Ty Keltner, Susan Steiner, Charlie Sakaitis on sports, Mike Schultz with weather, and the rest of the News Center team.
Tonight on News Center Final, gubernatorial candidates debate on the UAF campus.
Also tonight, we look at the age and corrosion problems on the North Slope.
And a man accused of rape is arraigned in state court.
Your late night news begins now.
Good evening. Today is Tuesday, April 18th, 2006. Thank you for joining us.
The 5 gubernatorial candidates debated natural resources last night. The Resource Management Society student group sponsored the event on the UAF campus. Republicans Sarah Palin, John Binkley, and Democrats Ethan Berkowitz and Eric Croft and Independent Andrew Halcrow debated, but with very little fireworks. The News Center takes a closer look. Typically, a debate features one or more sides against each other. However, last night's debate on the UAF campus featured nearly all candidates agreeing with each other. One of the more notable issues was the criticism of the Murkowski administration.
It is about leadership, and that is really where this administration has failed. Leadership is not telling people where to go. Leadership is listening to people.
All candidates feel gas line negotiations are being handled poorly. Sarah Palin says Article 1 of the state constitution gives strength, wisdom, and guidance, and the government must adhere to the people.
If the state administration would have understood that article in our Constitution and would have lived it, we wouldn't be where we are today, trying to maneuver through and putting the legislators in a very unfair and weak position even with secret gas line negotiations.
Thank you, Mrs. Perry.
All candidates say they want people in their administration that will ask questions, and many criticize the dismissal of DNR Commissioner Tom Irwin. All candidates also want to see all the Alaska gas line proposals on the table, not just the one from the 3 producers.
Look, oil companies don't set public policy. Legislators set public policy. Oil companies don't vote on oil taxes. Legislators vote on oil taxes. And if you want to take this state back, get involved and start holding your public officials accountable.
Thank you, Mr. Halcrow.
Every candidate wants habitat put back into the Department of Fish and Game and wants to expand Alaska's agricultural industry and the Alaska Grown label. As the primaries draw near, it remains to be seen if each candidate's opinion will separate. If not, this gubernatorial race will make for one of the most interesting elections in state history. Ty Keltner, News Center 11. The biggest issue at last night's debate was, of course, gas line negotiations. News Center will have more in-depth look at the gubernatorial candidates' gas line comments tomorrow on the Fairbanks Evening News and News Center Final.
Good evening. Today is Wednesday, April 26th, 2006. Thank you for joining us.
Another Fort Wainwright soldier Stryker Brigade of the Stryker Brigade has been killed and 3 others wounded while conducting operations in Iraq. The incident occurred in Mosul Tuesday at 12:05 a.m. Alaska time when a roadside bomb detonated near the Stryker vehicle carrying the 4 soldiers. 2 of those wounded were treated and returned to duty. The other was evacuated to the 47th Combat Support Hospital in Iraq for treatment. Next of kin have been notified. The News Center will release the name of the soldier as soon as it is released by the Department of Defense.
A 30-year-old man is in Anchorage jail at this hour.
Record high oil prices are bringing in millions to the state, but officials are not calling the windfall a surplus. A forecast by the Department of Revenue projected the price of a barrel of oil would average $28.30 through fiscal year ending in June 2005. But the first 5 months have yielded an average price of $42 a barrel. Budget Director Cheryl Frasca says that's more than $500 million for Alaska's general fund, enough to cover a fiscal gap of $360 million. Frasca says the state should not build its future on today's oil prices, given the volatility of oil markets. Fairbanks police are investigating an assault on a taxi driver that occurred yesterday. The driver was hit with pepper spray, then taken to the hospital for treatment. The driver picked up 2 people at Kentucky Fried Chicken. One is described as a blonde woman. He says the incident occurred at 15th and Noble. The case was originally logged as a strong-arm robbery, but police say investigation shows there was no robbery attempt.
a lot better than 25 or 30 below.
Agreed.
Well, I guess I could sacrifice a little bit of warm weather in place of a little bit of aurora. That's fine with
That
me.
would be nice,
It's
yeah.
always a good trade-off.
Yeah.
That just about wraps things up for the Monday edition of News Center Final.
Thanks for making us your late night news leader.